diplomatic norms.
So given that Assistant Secretary Malinowski was simply visiting, how does the U.S. respond in this sort of situation? I mean, normally when there's a P&G situation, there's usually a diplomat or two in residence who was then told, pack your bags, you have 48 hours or whatever. How do you respond in something like this to make it clear to the emirate that this is not permissible?
Well, we're considering our response to the government. Obviously, this just happened in the last 24 hours, so I don't have a prediction of the timing or the outcome of that at this point in time.
Is there a concern that the U.S. has to proceed carefully because of the presence of the Fifth Fleet in Bahrain?
Well, certainly our strong relationship with Bahrain is something that we would like to maintain, but obviously we're considering a range of options with that in mind.
Jen,
does the range of options include not maintaining a strong relationship with Bahrain?
No, I don't think I said that it did, Matt.
Well,
but obviously there are, of course, our response, there's a range of options we can consider with that in mind.
Do any of those options have to do with moving the Fifth Fleet?
No, that's not what I said, Matt.
I know.
You have an obsession with the Fifth Fleet, I know. But
no, I'm not saying that you said it. I'm asking if.
I was actually trying to convey quite the opposite, that our strong relationship with Bahrain is of course something that we consider and something we want to maintain, and that's one of the reasons that we're having these conversations through diplomatic channels.
So, in other words, maintaining your strong relationship with the government of Bahrain is equal to or more important than them respecting human rights and working towards national reconciliation.
It's all a factor, Matt. Obviously, we raised human rights issues at every opportunity, and certainly we've expressed our strong concern about the events of the last 24 hours.
Would it be fair to consider the presence of the Fifth Fleet as a bargaining tool, or as any sort of leverage?
No, I'm not speculating on that. Obviously, we considering our response. This just happened in the last 24 hours, but I wouldn't go down that direction, Raz.
So expressing your concerns about the limit of your language and sort of expressing your displeasure with this act? Can't you say that we are, outraged, we are annoyed, we are,
I don't know if you saw our statement last night, Said, but it was a pretty strong statement in terms of our view of the circumstances over the last 24 hours. That remains the case, and we've conveyed that privately, and we'll continue those discussions privately, and we'll continue to consider our response otherwise.
Well, let's say it was a pretty strong statement when it comes to statements about Bahrain, that's for sure. But deeply concerned is far bit different than we condemn or we, are mortified or we are horrified or whatever. Is that correct? I mean, I take your point. It was a strong statement, but it was a strong statement as related to other statements about Bahrain.
I would also point you to the fact that I just said that their requests were inappropriate and contravene international norms. So,
fair enough.
Margaret.